I've been thinking about this mini budget, and I've been talking about how it's not for, like, who is it for? Who is this for? Who is it benefiting? And I still don't know. I just know that it's fucking over everyone. So it's not for the working class. We know that. They've literally said, if you care about the poor, this isn't for you. Insane. So it's not for them. It's not about redistribution, even though that was the buy-in for taxes being implemented. That was the whole point of taxes, was redistribution, and public oversight, government oversight. Never mind. So it's not for us. It's not for the IMF, because they're a lefty organisation now. It's not for foreign investors because they're scared. It's not for the stock market because they have no faith. It's not for pensioners. It's not for homeowners. It's not for small businesses. It's not for supermarkets. It's not for farmers. Who the fuck is it for? Who benefits? Genuinely. Literally the 1%. Literally. No two ways about it. It's for the 1%. And when I was having my little Twitch rant, I realised it's the middle classes getting fucked over the most by this. The middle class were the group who really had to buy in to taxes. They pay the most proportionally, probably. If we look at business rates, income tax, VAT, national insurance, all of the different rates, all of the different taxes. If we look at who pays the most proportionally, it's the middle class, right? And the whole reason that they were told this is a good thing is it will secure everyone nationally. It will make for a more secure society. It will make for a fairer society. It will make for a nicer community. And it will ensure your offspring have a decent future, and it will ensure that you're looked after in your old age. That was the buy-in. Now they're getting fucked, like absolutely fucked. So they're the ones paying into pension funds. They're the ones paying into ISAs. They're the ones not really involved in the stock market. They're not, I mean, bonds, maybe. If they were savvy back in the day, they would have invested in bonds. That there's no yield on bonds anymore, though. There's government backing for bonds doesn't really mean anything when the fucking economy is tanking because of the government. So they're paying out the most, they're getting the least in return, and their pension funds are going to tank. Their public pension, they're not even getting the amount that they paid in back because they're dying too early. The boomers thought everything was okay because the housing market was super inflated artificially. Now that's crashing. The millennials are getting absolutely fucked as well. They think at the moment, because the property market's going to crash, they'll be able to get on the property ladder. No, you won't. No, you fucking won't. Your interest rates are too high. You're still paying student loans if you're middle class. Those interest rates are going to go up as well. the interest rates on your fucking car loans that you got and your devices that you bought and whatever else, credit cards that you got, all of those interest rates, they're all going up. You are the borrowing class. Just remember that, middle classes. You're the borrowing class. You've got the most debt. You're the ones set to lose the most with all of this. So boomers lost all their pension money because they can't sell their property to make that money back anymore, or they won't be able to in a couple of years. Well, very, very soon. I mean, the pound's crashed. We are in the recession. They just won't admit it. So boomers fucked. All of that payoff that they thought they were getting from their property, done. Not happening. Millennials, you're not getting mortgages. No bank is going to lend you any money because they want to know that they're going to get return on investment in 30 years' time. They want to know that you're going to pay it off. You can't afford to. You literally won't be able to afford to. So no one's giving you a fucking mortgage. Working class is largely unaffected other than like food prices and stuff like that. We're not really in that much debt as working class. We can't get fucking credit cards. We can't get car loans. We can't get loads of devices out on loans. It's the middle classes getting fucked. And you're going to have your public pension pushed back and back until you're dead before you can even access it. Your private pension funds are tanking. Your ISA and savings accounts, okay, you'll get a little bit extra, maybe. But banks are starting to say, hey, if we want to take your money and stop you accessing it, we will. Everyone's getting fucked over, but actually it's the middle class is getting fucked over the most. So the whole point of public services and taxes and the government being a centralised funding system for everything was to ensure scrutiny and oversight and redistribution. That was the buy-in. That was what we were sold. Well, that's what people in 1945 were sold. That's how taxes were brought in the way they were. None of that is being held to. Like, you're not getting any of that anymore. None. Like, it's insane. You're not going to get your pension. Your mortgage is fucked. And all of the public services that this was all meant to be funding has all been privatised. So now the middle classes and the working classes proportionally pay in the most and get absolutely nothing back for it. Because we're not invested in the stock market. There's no yield. Right? So we pay with our taxes. We pay council tax. We pay income tax. We pay VAT. We pay property tax. We pay, well, if you're a small business owner, you pay business rates. There's a lot of different taxes that you're paying. And the whole idea was that you get good public services in return and a good pension when you're older and security when you're older and your children will be all right. There's none of that. None of that is happening. Instead, we're subsidising private institutions to profit off of us. That's what's happening. I'm going to do another video about water companies in the UK and what an absolute fucking farce that is. But for now, I'm just going to say taxes are theft and you should be fucking raging, especially if you're middle class. We're getting fucked over. Something needs to change. All right, rant over. Peace and love.